What is up, everybody? This is Justin Sane here. I know it's been quite a while since I've actually uploaded a video on this channel. I mean, a lot of phones have been coming out here and there in the past 4 or 5 months since I've uploaded a video since the Evo 3D, HTC Evo 3D came out. But I just wanted to give a chance to talk a little bit about what's going on right now, and since Android and Apple are both dropped their flagship phones, and it's coming down to the end of the year. I know there's a lot of other people, in discussion on YouTube and the forums and stuff on the internet on the same topic, but I'm going to give my opinion and my takes on this whole situation between the whole fanboy slash race between smartphones and operating systems. So it basically comes down to the two different, top contenders, and that's Apple and that's Android and Apple. So basically, let's start off with Android. Android, started about maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and started off with the HTC Google phone, the G1 for T-Mobile. From there on, we went through 1.6 all the way up to now the flagship for ice cream sandwich, which is Android 4.0. We've come a long, long, long ways through that whole, different markets, different UIs, the whole different companies using their own user interface incorporated with the stock Android. And I think that Android, as being an open source operating system, being able to customize anything from just little widgets to the applications and your settings and your live wallpapers and using Java on the internet, it's a bigger field. You have a broader range on a smartphone than when it comes to Apple. Now, there's the good and then there's the bad. There's a lot of good things with Android, and people don't really seem to realize this, but Android, even though Android's come in second after Apple has innovated the whole smartphone application market, they're the ones who started it. Android took that innovation and made it their own. And they also use the applications, and they have their own app mark. And they changed the whole smartphone, world. I mean, you have the person that started the whole thing, and then they come in and they just dominate the whole, situation. So the good things with Android is, yes, you can customize things. You can change the user interface to whatever you want it to be, and the applications on there are very similar to the apps on the Apple market, but the App Store has a very broader range on developers out in there, and the developers that have for Apple are pretty smart, and they know what to do, and Apple knows where to pick the developers and who they should let on to the app market. As for Android, they let anybody come in the app market and develop any kind of app. Whatever app you want to make, you can put it on the app market. If it makes sales, you get all that sale. Google doesn't get anything. So that's a really big difference between Android and Apple. And let's talk a little bit about what has come up in the future. Android has developed a new operating system, not a new operating system, an upgraded operating system over the Gingerbread is what they're called. It's 2.3 Gingerbread is what's out right now. They just released their new flagship phone, which is called the Galaxy Nexus. Very, very nice phone. I think about getting it myself. It also has the new operating system called Ice Cream Sandwich, which is Android 4.0. They've basically changed the whole user interface from the stock. It looks very crisp. It's very futuristic. You can use different things called Android Beam, where you can beam different things to different Android NFC user. You can use the lock screen as your face to unlock the phone using your face. And there's just tons and tons and tons of more. Just the whole, what it looks like, using the widgets. Um, the multitasking on it is totally different. Um, I'll see if I can try to find a video and post it in the description. But now let's talk about iOS. Um, Now, iOS started in 2007, I believe, so it's been out for about almost 4 years now. And Apple innovated this whole market, this whole idea to just, uh, use an application to basically sum up a web page. Like you have a company or you have a internet web page and you sum it up to an application. And they have innovated that whole idea. So you have people from like Starbucks to machinima to just anything, anything you can think of that's, pretty big up there, like Kmart, they have developed a application and they've put it onto the iOS. And that became a very, very popular situation with Apple, and it just boomed after boom after boom. It just became a very, very big thing. So they've stuck with the same kind of user interface. They've stuck with the scrolling different applications. You have, all you should see there is just your background now, and you have just apps, 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 apps. And now you can a little bit multitask where the notifications now come down like Android, and then you have multitasking where you push the home button twice and then you can multitask and go through different applications. Now, the user interface for Apple, I think, has become very old. You don't have to drastically change the user interface. And now when I say, I've been using the word user interface quite a bit throughout this whole entire video. Now when I say user interface, it basically means what you see on the operating system. And that's what a user interface basically is. And that's what they call it, UI. It's a user interface. So whatever I see is the user interface. So basically what I'm seeing is just the same thing over and over again. And it was very, very smart idea for them in the beginning. You start off small and then you become to grow bigger, bigger and bigger, and then you update your operating system. This year, I'm very, very disappointed with Apple. I know that they're taking this market and they don't want to run out of ideas, and I really understand that. They don't want to run out of ideas, and they don't want to They don't want to stop running out of ideas. And I understand that. It's completely understandable. So they basically dwindled down the iPhone 4GS, not 4GS, sorry, 4S. And they made the camera better. They upgraded the operating system to iOS 5. And they improved the processor to compete with other specs phones right now. And they did that purposely because if you think about it, their phone contracts normally run on a 2-year contract. You know what I'm saying? So the people that have the iPhone 3GS, they upgrade from the iPhone 3GS. They're going to be upgrading to the iPhone 4S. And it makes a lot of sense in their eyes, but I think they could have done a little bit better with the iOS 5. I'm very disappointed in the whole iOS 5. The only thing that besides the iOS, the whole iPhone 4S, I'm very thrilled to see is the Siri. The Siri technology, it looks like another innovation with voice activation, and the whole idea of just talking to your phone and your phone getting an idea of who you are. And I think that innovation is going to be a really big one for Apple. Now we go back to just talking between each other, versing each other. We're talking now at the end of the fourth quarter now. And now we're coming into the end of 2011, coming into 2012. I see very big things improving with Apple. And then plus, ice cream sandwich being launched, and now iOS 5 has been launched. I think in 2012, I think Apple is going to turn around and they're going to shoot the iPhone 5. It's going to have LTE. It's going to have a new operating system. I think they're going to kick back and develop a better system, a better operating system. Now, fanboys, fanboys are going to be fanboys. They're going to pick the phone that they have. I right now have the Samsung Galaxy S2 First Print, which is the Epic Touch, and I will be getting the Galaxy Nexus for T-Mobile, and it will be coming out for T-Mobile. I'm not a fanboy. Like I like technology, and I'm very interested in seeing the races between each other. Right now, Android has the ball. They have the ball. They are not going to let it go. And with the ice cream sandwich coming out and how good it looks, it might hurt Apple. And that's what I'm saying at the end. Apple is going to basically smack Android in the face, and they will take over. And that's basically it. Apple has a lot of money. And rest in peace, Steve Jobs. I want to say that in this video. He was a very great innovator. I mean, he dropped out of college. He started off with nothing, and that's basically a story in itself. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Anybody who agrees with me with this whole situation between the race between Apple and Android. Give me your opinions in the comments below. I do like to hear people's opinions, and people are gonna troll. If you're gonna troll, dude, just troll. I really don't care. I laugh at it. It's hilarious. Again, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye bye.